Peace and blessings, everyone. It's your girl Mocaso, and we're here in the 7th Raw Mile High Club filming my new metacast, Evolutionaries. We can all see society is evolving, and this is a metacast dedicated to sitting down with those who see this time as an opportunity and dive into how they are evolving along with it. Today we have the privilege to talk with DeAnthony Thomas, a University of Oregon alumni and pro football player making waves in the metaverse. Now, it's crazy. I remember when you all went live here in Spatial, and at first, my husband thought someone was pretending to be you when he seen your name in one of the spaces. And then we joined the space, and, you know, it's been an amazing connection ever since. We talked, we brought people in that night. And, you know, just like I was telling you before we started the podcast, one of the things that just motivates me about your presence in the space is how quick you are to react. You know, you see an opportunity and you take advantage. You're like, no, let's go right now. Let's go hop in that portal. Let's go talk to them. Let's go film that. Let's go do that. Even today, you in the pool party singing happy birthday, or I think, yeah, they were singing happy birthday, like, nah, come through. And I'm like, man, I seen it too late though. And that's what it's all about, is being in the right place at the right time and being prepared for that moment. So it's amazing to again have you here in the Raw High Club talking about how things are changing and how you're changing along with that. So I would love to kick this conversation off by you actually introducing yourself and telling us about yourself.
Yeah, well, I think you gave me a pretty great introduction. I appreciate that. I grew up in Los Angeles, California, South Central Los Angeles, California. I went to Crenshaw High School. You know, like she said, I attended the University of Oregon. Played professional sports for Kansas City and the Baltimore Ravens. And now I got introduced to the metaverse technology space. And it's been an amazing experience just to be, you know, around a great group of people that, you know, that just they're not into sports, you know, and that's what I really love about, you know, these group of people. And, you know, me surrounding myself with them is it really, I'm getting educated every day, learning new things where it's like, man, it's so hard for me to like process things, because it's like it's so much, you know, great information, great education. It's like I never been so overloaded with so much information. It's just a amazing experience. And like I said, and just getting in technology, I think it's pretty rare for me, because it's like I would never pretty much have this opportunity if it wasn't for some of my group of my friends that pretty much introduced it to me. And once they introduced it to me, like, I'm just not a fast runner on the field. Like, my mind, I feel like runs like at a high velocity of speed. So, like you were saying, when opportunities come, I feel like, you know, we have to attack them fast, because, and I feel like the reason why we attack them so fast because we're early adopting in this space. So we basically creating and pretty much like molding everything together.
Yes, I think that is the coolest part too. Like being that early that we are creating that. There's not a lot of rules where it's like we get to test it, right? If it works, it cool. If it doesn't, we learned why it didn't, and now we could do it a little better until it does work. And now that's how new systems are even created. So definitely agree with everything you just said there. And I would love to even know, like, how did you get into Web3? Like, what introduced you into this space?
So what was interesting, I went to, well, before that I was excited about this Elon Musk NFT project, And basically, I'm thinking like, if this has something to do with Elon Musk, it gotta be something big, and pretty much I was just waiting for the mint to drop, and I was just, I was setting a timer on my phone so I won't miss it. And luckily, as soon as it happened, I got in, and I got some pretty rare, Elon Musk, NFTs. And but the crazy part about it, I was so excited, about receiving these NFTs and buying them and owning these digital assets to where, I actually, I had kind of clicked the wrong link, and pretty much when I bought these NFTs, they still showing up on my MetaMask. But on OpenSea, they were saying they was owned by something else or by somebody else. So I was like, man, that's kind of weird, And it was crazy because it was a lonely space, It was a lonely space because I was like the only one, I feel like in my circle that know about it, So it's kind of lonely because I'm kind of studying this whole new kind of like phase of life by myself, and I'm just going through the steps. But in the meantime, where I end up going into another project called 8DAS, and 8DAS, it was kind of like the same thing where it's like, I just wanted to. It was a big project. I feel like I seen the value was really kind of going real high. The art was kind of amazing, so I'm like, okay, let me see what it is. End up buying the NFTs, but then the same thing happened. I see these NFTs in my MetaMask, but they're not showing up on OpenSea. So this time I end up reaching to these mods, and basically I was telling them, my problem, and then basically it was like, only thing I can do to help you is basically just create a new wallet. And I feel like that's right there. That's when kind of like my Web3 journey started, because it's like, I went through like the process where it's like, learning how to, stay protected and learning not to click on certain links and, just security issues that you need to know in Web3, Yeah. And so I went through that process, and now I'm understanding a lot more. I'm more educated on, how to, monetize pretty much my MetaMask wallet and, stuff like that.
No, that's a good point, especially like when you first get started, right? Because we're even talking about how we're evolving, and this is that beginning of the journey. And, like you said, you're excited. You don't even know how to set up a wallet. You get on Twitter, right. You start tweeting about it, a whole bunch of, you don't even know about the bots yet.
Yeah, I'm in Discord getting like direct messages from random people. It's like
you thinking they excited. You don't have no idea. Then like, no, that's a scam. Like if this is your first time in that, you have no idea that that's a scam. It's common sense to you if you've been here for at least a week. Well, maybe not all the time a week, but eventually. And so I think that's why just education is even so important. And I love that's why the first day when we met you, one of the first things, every time somebody would pop into the space, you got your avatar right? Like, you got any questions about your avatar? Because, you understand, people are new in the space and they need, somebody that's about to help get them right, and us being those people that are in this space, already been there, done that, it's really important for us to pass on the education. And that's why we even here doing this right now. We already dropping gems, okay? So y'all make sure you okay, so y'all make sure you don't check your MetaMask wallet, protect yourself. You heard them, and we've all been there, all done that. It's a part of it,
right? And do your own research too. Like, even though you got somebody that probably like introduce you to like, the Web3 space and NFTs, but in the meantime, you got to do your own research too to be able to, just so you can be educated to be able to help the next person out that want to learn.
Yeah, and it's better when you understand and then you're a part of these Twitter spaces or conversations, especially when it's the metaverse. And we all right here and everybody can unmic and, really have the conversation. And if you really understand the project, that's also what helps you understand where to even, put your money and what to support. Because that's, as we're evolving, that's this leverage that we now gain, as we can really go and create NFT projects to support missions and ideas and come together as communities. And so I heard you even mention when you were talking about how you've been evolving, how your surroundings have also evolved. The people that you once were always talking to, you can't necessarily talk to this kind of stuff about, and the people you are talking to this stuff about, you aren't talking to your other stuff about. So I definitely just wanted to hear more about how you've even been evolving and navigating that space, because that is also a part of that journey in the beginning where it is lonely and you're looking for that community that understands or how to even balance that.
Definitely. And I feel like I'm pretty well. I wanted to go back to you saying about me welcoming people, and that yeah, I feel like that trait goes back to football. When I was younger, it was all about me. Like I was that motivational player where it's like when people see me do something, like it gets them motivated. So it's like I'm kind of using those same skills, kind of like in the Web3 space, where it's like I can motivate people to to want to get into technology and learn about NFTs and crypto and stuff. But it's like they gotta find the same drive to be able to want to learn about the stuff and take the time to educate themselves also.
Right, because it's gonna take more than watching a 60-second reel on Instagram to get educated about it. You're gonna have to go watch the whole YouTube video that's an hour long and read the article and do a little bit of elbow work to get into it. And it's really cool how you putting that at the forefront of that. So now that you're in this space, we're educating, we're doing our research, and we're evolving. What are you building in this space now? Like I had said in the beginning, I know you're connected with a lot of different NFT projects. Now you're this person that's welcoming others into the space. Tell us about some of the things that you're building and connected to in this space.
So like as of now, I feel like a lot of the NFT projects I'm a part of. I wanted to speak on one is the OK Bears Yacht Club, and what's interesting about that collection is it's basically two projects in one. It's OK Bears and then Bored Ape Yacht Club. So it's both of those projects in one. So we became OK Bears Yacht Club, and then what's interesting about that collection, so I ended up holding the number one bear in the collection. So
okay.
that was crazy that I ended up holding that one, and then I also hold the number two bear. So it's like I'm one of the top collectors also in the collection. I'm not only the brand ambassador for the collection, but I'm also one of the top holders. And basically, with me being a top holder, I feel like I own some legendary IPs, and I feel like one of the most legendary one I have is the rank number 6 Golden Bear.
Wow.
And that's one of my favorite bears because it reminds me of me on kind of like the football field, where it's just like a smooth, kind of nice looking IP. I feel like.
Okay. And I'll show that now at the podcast, so you guys may even be able to see that on our screen right now while we're filming this.
Okay. Yeah, and some other collections I'm a part of that's pretty interesting to me is Food Fighters. So basically, they're the first NFT restaurant in Long Beach, California. And basically, in that collection, if you own one of their Food Fighter NFTs, you get one free meal every month.
From where? Anywhere?
Well, from the they have like different chains of restaurants.
Oh, okay.
So in the Discord, they have like all these different restaurants where you can go. They call it where you can redeem, which is like you can use your NFT to get a free meal.
Ooh, I like that. That's kind of like even your other one
Yeah,
that you were telling us about the other night at the Men Talk, where it was like the NFT collection, but then you could redeem it for the rental cars that were exotic, and now you
oh
got
yeah,
this
so
one with the meals.
yeah, so the Exotic Dial project, that one is crazy. So basically, you get 12 exotic car rentals. You know, you can drive Lamborghinis, Ferraris, anything luxury, you name it, and basically you can redeem those 12 every 90 days.
Mm. Yeah,
And
that's dope.
and the membership to get in the Exotic Dial is 2,500.
Okay.
Yeah,
And so it sounds like
and
you
that's pretty much like a lifetime experience.
okay. And so you kind of gave us two different kind of collections that you have. One where it's like, you got your PFP and it's more about community, and then you got your other NFTs that have the utility. And so when you're in this space,
Right.
is that what you're, what are you looking for? What are those things that you want to be building? Like you said, you feel like you have legacy things that are really going to be here, a part of this future.
Yeah. Right. Well, what's interesting, so when I was 12 years old, I played in the Snoop Youth Football League, and Snoop Dogg gave me the name Black Mamba. So I pretty much always had like my own brand, pretty much, at a young age. But I never really, found a way how to really monetize it, really, create it to be something great. And I feel like now is the perfect time because I guess I just been waiting for the Web3 space to come around and just bring more value than just selling people shirts,
Yes, I love that. And I feel the same,
Yeah. So,
It's a place for
uh-huh.
us to bring
Okay.
everything together. I 1,000% agree.
Right.
Like,
Yeah. So it's like the perfect time to, bring all these great utilities, reward people for, investing in whatever you're doing. Not just taking their money and running off with it. Like really appreciate and value them for, buying in and investing in whatever you share into the community.
right. Yep. Incentivizing is what I like to call that. Incentivizing your community.
Okay.
You know?
Okay. Good word.
Yes. And that's
Well, see,
exactly.
that's what.
Hmm.
Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was gonna say, that's even why we even set up this podcast like that, where it's like, because we be in the space, you be in here, we be in here,
Right.
we link up and be in here together,
Uh-huh.
but now we even want to encourage others to come in, where it's like, okay, we're gonna record us in here having a really dope conversation instead of dating, tell everybody to come in here and now be a part of that conversation, because that's a privilege, everybody's all over the world, so even being able to just say, hey, I'm gonna open the door to my space and we gonna all go to your spot and watch this together, and then anybody can ask, that's even incentivizing the community to be able to have that kind of access to be able to talk with you.
Yeah, and then the thing is, like, I want to have where we can have like an open mic where people can, express themselves. I feel like in today's world, a lot of people they're finding ways to, express themselves, and I feel like just being on this mic, I'm not a talkative person, but I feel like just me, being more in the metaverse and, talking more on the mic, it gives me more confidence where I can, be able to share more of my experience and not just be able to just, leave it all in.
Yes, I definitely agree. I'm still really shy though, because I'm like, it's always so many people in rooms. My kid be loud.
Yeah.
I'm not the person that likes to mic where everybody else is around. I'll wait until it's like, just a few people. But it's like being a new kid in school. We still new, getting used to it, getting to know everybody, and that's kind of what it always feels like to me.
Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, cause like, yeah, now it's just like me just I feel like this gave me the opportunity to be able to talk more,
And that's
be able to
cool.
express myself.
And that's what the
Yeah,
metaverse
speak
is
to
for,
more.
right? Like being that, like everything you dreamt of, and maybe just living that out and being able to do that.
Right.
And
And what's
so,
interesting because like, oh, go ahead.
oh no, no, go ahead. What's interesting? Tell us.
No, oh, well, I was just saying for me, it's like I feel like I always had like kind of like a fan base, but I never knew how to like engage with them. So I feel like this gonna be my new way I can engage with my people. That's been supporting me. Throughout my whole journey.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then what's even beautiful is just like how we were even first talking about educating. It again even shows others how to do the same, right? Because I'm sure you got a bunch of people that got a fan base that don't even realize it, and need to know how to engage with it, and it
Right.
just it's a whole cycle right there. So I'm excited to see you definitely grow, see your fan base grow, see how you bring more and more people into the space. I definitely know that you're going to do amazing things in here. And so now that we've talked about a few things that you're actually building in here, I want to know, what is your favorite part about the Web3 space?
My favorite part, I feel like so far is like, and I wanted to hit on one more last thing too, because now I feel like in today's world, especially like inner cities, a lot of our parents and our moms, they probably had a dream that they had, growing up, and that dream didn't work out for them,
Mm-hmm.
so then they kind of force it on, their children to be just like them, whether it's like, maybe what's common where it's like dads as coaches, and sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not, so it's like, and another thing where it's like, in the inner city, like, our thing is, only thing our like, we focus on is like sports, like, you feel me, games and this other shit. You feel me? Where in other places, they more. I was just reading, to have a job at like Facebook or Google, somewhere like big like that. You gotta study science, technology, engineering, and math. When you in grade school. So when you in like from first grade to high school or whatever to college, you got to be in science, technology, engineering, and math to be able to, have a big time technology job. So I wanna be able to like, I feel like encourage, the inner city to get more into like science, technology, engineering, and math.
Yeah. No, and that's a good mission, because it's crazy. I think about that too. I don't know about
Mm-hmm.
in LA if y'all had to do this, but where I'm from, back in Maryland, when we're like in middle school or something, we go to the Tech Institute, and it's like they show you the robots and the little classes that you can take when you get to high school, and you don't think about it, But then fast forward, imagine if you would have actually taken those classes, how much further you would have been. And it's only because nobody was right there really telling you like, nah, they showing you want to do this because you really want to go and do that. Nobody pushing you in that direction to really take that
Yeah.
serious. So I feel like, like you said, having people like yourself that look like those kids in the inner city saying like, nah, that's cool, go do that. That's what those communities need. Because I mean, shoot, I even got a little brother right now in high school, and it's like, I've been telling him, oh, he can draw. I'm like, NFTs, metaverse, nothing soaked in. But now this new Oculus is out, and I get a text like, hey, have you heard about this new MetaQuest? And I'm like, yes, I have. Like, let's get in here,
Right.
let's get to it. Like, I've been
Right.
telling you, but it's like, but because they
Have you got
need
it
that
yet?
push. No, not yet, but I keep being like, look, I'm about to send you the link and we getting in. I don't know what the delay is, but it's again because sometimes especially that younger generation just needs that push from someone that's like yourself. I'm the big sister, I've been not cool.
Right. Okay. What you mean by that?
For I said, for like example, my little brother, where it's like, I'm always saying like, oh, you got to get into NFTs and you got to do that. But it's like, say he sees someone like yourself who is like, nah, really cool and been in the NFL and doing your thing, and it's like, oh wait, he's in the metaverse with you. That's what you're doing, and it's like, that's what that younger generation need to see too, to be pushed to really take that serious and be like, oh, I want to go and learn about that so I can be like in the metaverse building that too, just like DeAnthony Thomas and them.
See who inspired me. My business partner. Yeah, so Willie been in technology for over 20 plus years. He a software engineer. He just got a whole bunch of technology accolades. But the one thing I love about him is he's just an older black man, that's been in the technology space his whole life. So it's like, I found a person that I can really, learn and, soak up a lot of game from. And I feel like just me and him just being on the same team, we have a great team and we work together, and I learned a lot from him.
Wow. No, and that is amazing, because sometimes, again, just like I was just saying, if you haven't seen something like that before, you don't see how cool it really is to really be that smart and be that interested and knowledgeable. Even if he's been in technology for so many years, I can't only imagine how knowledgeable he is about so many things. And like, because now that we're here in the metaverse and, digital twinning, that idea, this concept of us having a digital twin of us, our Virgin and our whole private jet and a metacast here, that idea has been around for decades, back in 2002?
Right, 1992.
Okay.
So the metaverse started in, I think, 1992.
Exactly. So this been taking years for us to even get to this point, so it's for him to even have been a part of like that whole development of it. He done seen some things in this space, so like you said, for that to be your mentor and be who you can soak up them gems from, that's important.
Ooh, I'm talking about stupid, because he was around the .com era.
Mm-hmm.
So when the .com era, all these companies, they needed a website. They needed they had to get their stuff right. They needed a technology person, and basically he was pretty much involved in that whole experience. Mm-hmm. And now you got the new age internet, the metaverse, and he's ahead of the curve on that too. So it's like, and not only him, we have another black woman that's a part of our team. Also, her name is Yvonka Davis, and she's a computer science. She studies computer science. So it's like we just hitting them in all different angles. It's tough.
Right. No, that is. And so I would love to hear even about some of the challenges that you have had in this space so far. We've heard about, what you love about the space, the amazing people that influence you in this space. And what have you seen as some of the challenges that you've actually experienced being, this far in?
Well, it's like, in this space, I was interested in just creating passive income for myself. So it's like, basically, I'm finding different NFT projects where I can create, passive income daily, mm-hmm. whether it's instead of like trading like crypto coins and stuff like that. So it's mm-hmm. like in the NFT space, it's just a different way. I've just been trying to like, learn new things. And I'm also into like play to earn games too. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that.
Oh, I love me some play to earn games.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yes. This stream team, we also stream gaming. We got some dope stuff for gaming and all that. When we about to get in here and be playing to earn for real, because like you said, that's that passive income. Like you preaching. I hope everybody watching this Metacast right now and taking notes, because DeAnthony is not playing and he's not holding back the gems.
I appreciate that. I thought I'd just be talking sometimes.
Nah, you dropping them, man. That passive income with NFTs. I know everybody's itching to know more about that. And so what does that look like for you? Like you said, I guess just trading NFTs and like we said, understanding that value and what you're even buying and
Yeah,
those
so
utilities with it.
yeah, and like so it's like a project where I buy this NFT, right? And every day it collects wool. And basically when it collects wool, it basically like it just generates like wool, which is a token. It generates that every day, so I'm able to claim that anytime I want.
Okay. And you know what? And I know you
Yeah,
actually mentioned this when I asked you what have been some of your challenges with it. So I guess would you say it's just like you kind of learning what to buy and like how to actually start earning that income has been a challenge, or what has been some of your
yeah,
challenges with that?
yeah. I feel like that's the challenge. Finding the right projects that really
Mm-hmm.
have value and add utility and
Right.
reward holders. That's what I love about NFT project. I want to be a part of an NFT project that reward their holders and also have utility on that project too, so I can generate passive income from it.
Nice. And so, not only the collectors that's looking how to make money, but even those NFT artists listening. That means you hear what collectors are looking for. The utility, the real support that where they can
Definitely.
also come up as we all come up. And I think that's the cool part about how NFTs are even built like that, right? It's written in the contract where we
Yeah.
all coming up.
And the thing is, like, you want to get in a project where you own full IP rights too,
Mm-hmm.
and you want to own full IP rights, so you can do whatever you want with that IP. Whether you want to get it in a movie, you want to get it on some product, you might want to throw it on a T-shirt, you might want to throw it on a rug. I partner with this company called Rich Class Decor, and basically they're out of India, and basically they change physical to digital. So they use your digital, so your digital NFT into a physical NFT rug, and basically these rugs are handmade, 100% handmade, and it's crazy. And a few days ago, my business partner he basically gave me a whole tour of India and their facilities. I met all their like guards and the owner. It was like an amazing experience.
No,
It
that
was
is
crazy.
amazing. And we all about that physical to digital. That that's the mantra
Yeah.
because that's what everything's doing, right? And so like you said, when you get ahead with how to even take like your NFT and be able to add that now and the holders can get that, or like you said, you got your art now and now you can even take it and do more with that. And now, think about how that's
Yeah.
changing the art game. That's not normal right now. You don't go and buy your friend's art and now transform it and really want to come out here and show it off. So I love how it's even shifting with how we're really actually supporting people in a real way. And like you said, communities supporting communities, and you even being a part of that NFT community. That's how you get to know so many other like-minded people. And these communities be having Netflix and chill nights and like all kind of things when you really even are like a holder or in like a well like yourself with like some of the big hitter
Right.
NFTs. Like you really get to unlock a lot of those perks and incentives within that community when it's lined up right.
And and you get to meet some incredible people. Like when I went to NFTLA, right? I met this kind of like gaming company. That's how I got introduced to Play to Earn, and basically they're a gaming incubator, and basically their name is the Metagoons, and basically they work with like content creators, all different people that works with like gaming, and basically they help them like basically like stream online, and they do branding for them and stuff. So I got introduced to Play to Earn through them, and when I experienced that, and I got to go to like these private parties and private events and like these mansion houses, it was just like crazy.
Wow. Yeah, and that's how again it's transforming, because that's how we gonna be changing as a society, And again, I think it's really cool because we haven't had something like that before, where it's like, think about it, because all those other NFT holders and did they research, they believe in it too, and now y'all get to party and like you said, go to these mansion parties and it really unlocks some cool meals or cool restaurants that you may not have been able to try. And that's just again how society is evolving and how you're evolving with it by actually seeing that and trying it. Imagine all the people that see it but scared to try it. For what reason we don't know, but you're trying it, and now are again that person that can be like, nah, this is the cool community, I'm a part of it, getting to know there, been there, done that, and building your own name in this space as well. So with that being said, I would love to hear again some of the other things that you have in store as you continue to grow in this space. Like, what is one short-term and one long-term goal that you have?
Short-term. Okay, short-term. Short-term goal right now that I'm working on. Basically, like, so my IP, I was talking about the Golden Bear one. This company out of Italy, they wanted to do some swimming trunks, and basically on these swimming trunks, they wanted to use my IP for these swimming trunks. So they wanted to pay me to use my IP on their swimming trunks. So basically, I was like, man, I'm trying to figure out how can I negotiate this deal. I'm still, still trying to negotiate it because I don't want to sell myself short on this deal. It's like my first kind of like IP deal. Mm-hmm. And on this IP deal, they want to use, so they want to basically put like swimwear products and use my IP in it. And on those products, it's going to have like a serial number where you can buy the swimming trunks with crypto.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and then a long term goal, it's gonna be coming up soon, and so I'm pretty much building the first metaverse surgical clinic. Yeah, and how that came interesting because this doctor just randomly came inside the lobby, and like you were saying, I was welcoming him into our room, showing him around, just giving it up to him, and he was just like, man. He was like, man, something about that. He was like, man, I like you. He was like, man, I want to give you 5% of monthly sales of my company.
What?
I said, what? So I was like, dang. How is this happening? Like, so it was like, crazy things like this is just happening for me, and it's all happening in the metaverse. So it's like, if you're not in the metaverse, I advise you to get in the metaverse and come and start working on these metaverse deals.
Let's
get some metaverse deals.
Yeah, because there is so much. You're gonna be a pioneer, right? Like, you're gonna be the first, and if not the first, one of the first, right? It's not about who's first or second, because we all in here, and it's about collaboration. And like how you and I, came together. I got podcasts that talk about everything, and you got a lot of stuff to talk about. And it's like, okay, well, how can we put our two gifts together and make something happen? Or like you said, or the surgeon coming into your space and seeing that, and now you got a surgical space, and imagine like you having that space. Think about how many people that's going to influence now.
Definitely. I'm talking about like countries.
Okay.
I'm talking about countries from Brazil to India, who need those help, so second opinions, and just a lot of like athletes that need second opinions and third opinions on, injuries. So it's like a lot of different ways, we're gonna be able to, I feel like monetize it and work.
Wow. And I love that you even brought that up because that was one of the questions. Of course, it has been a little bit of tea around the Raw network that we have our podcast or our metacast dropping with DeAnthony. And, we did get a question about how you've seen football changing, especially for college players. Now that there are NFTs and like how recruiting and now, they can even get paid in this passive income. Mm-hmm. So if you're even changing things like you said, a second opinion and how that, is changing that, how would you even see, NFTs and these, metaverses and just blockchain technology even changing that experience?
Definitely. So what's interesting about Metablock 4? So Metablock 4 is a whole technology consulting company. And that's the company I'm a part of. And with that, we have a lot of different entities that works around that. And one of our main ones is NIL, which you was talking about. And basically, so our company is called College Fan Coins. And College Fan Coins, they help, high school and college student athletes, get into Web3, learn about digital assets, we build metaverse rooms specifically for them to be able for them to engage with their fan bases, their family when they're not if they're away from home. It's just another way they can engage with their people, outside of the cell phone, I feel like.
Oh, no, that's dope. Okay. And so I'm definitely interested to see more that you guys are building with that. You are a part of a lot of really cool projects that are doing a really amazing things in this space. So all of our watchers, you guys make sure you follow him and all of the projects that he's dropped throughout this space, because again, they just getting started. We're gonna keep busting down doors and blazing away and bringing more people along. So with that in mind, were there any more businesses or projects that you haven't mentioned that you wanted to share about?
Oh, and then I'm also having the first metaverse church.
Oh, DeAnthony, I'm sorry, it's not the first. We got the first one already.
Second and a half, then.
Okay, right.
Second and a half. So the second metaverse church.
Okay.
And it's one of my good friends, Pastor Rudolph. Based out of Kansas City. His church called Center of Hope. And we got him inside the metaverse, and he has morning manna.
Okay, well, see, hey, you got like first and a half, because we have Sunday service, but we play replays from pastors. Y'all got the live pastor.
Yeah.
That's cool. So y'all hear it, and again, you see, it's similarities, but it's because we all build and we see that vision and we coming together.
Yeah.
So if you watching this and you feel the same, come and build with us. We opening the door and we want y'all to be here doing it with us. And so with that being said, I want to start ending this metacast by asking all of our evolutionaries, which you now have the badge of honor wearing, and I do mean that a little literal with some of the NFTs that I'll be dropping, which you will be receiving, because like you said, I am also an NFT artist, which is why I call myself the Mocasso of NFTs, because I understand the power of NFTs and community and just incentivizing people in different ways. So I do have some NFTs that are going to be coming out for the people that have come through here on my podcast, for those that are supporting that podcast. So all of those that are watching, that's how you want to support. And so I definitely have an NFT for you that you'll be able to wear for that. But what is something that you would tell a teenager attempting to walk down your path? Like somebody that sees how you've evolved and are coming into this metaverse and they want to get into it too. What's something that you would tell them?
Come find us, come talk to us. We available. all the time, I try to make myself available as much as possible because in Web3, it's like you don't want to miss out on the learning. You don't want to miss out on the learning, so you want to be involved in every little thing that's going on inside of Web3 because you never know what that person know, and then you never know like what you could share to help them out, too. So everybody's always read in education and knowledge. I feel like in the Web3.
Definitely agree. And there's always going to be more to learn, no matter what you're doing in life. So trying to prolong it is just going to mean you're going to have more and more to learn, So just don't be afraid of it. Dive in where you are. You got to start somewhere. And like DeAnthony said, we in here, he in here. And you will see if you come in Spatial and, go and look at the lobby, usually he is in there, or like you said, just accessible on Twitter, or you're going to be in here if you're not in there at that second. So you definitely go across paths. And I think, again, that's just an inspiring thing to even be able to say that for all of our viewers and, for him to sincerely mean that. So it looks like we are just landing at the lobby. We're about to go check out DeAnthony's space where they do a lot of really cool things. I'll even have him talk more about what they do in that space and how he uses this metaverse a little bit more. For all those that have stayed to the very end, we appreciate you, so I'll let you enjoy that. And, keep coming back. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, because we're going to have more amazing people like DeAnthony here in this space talking about how they're evolving and passing along those gems so that you can start growing as well. And, that's what it's all about, us passing along that seed to the next. So again, thank you, DeAnthony, for being here. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Before we wrap this up, DeAnthony, did you have any last words that you wanted to share?
I think that's pretty much it. I think that was great.
Perfect. Well, like I said, we'll be back. Peace.
Roger, Flight 807, approaching runway 7 Bravo.
Y'all, we are here in the Meta Block 4 lobby. As you guys can see, where you dream it, we build it here in Meta Block 4. We're here with DeAnthony for him to give us a tour about all of his spaces. And we started here in the lobby because this is where you'll be able to find him. I feel like most of the time. This is like their main space. And this is where you can access everything else. So, DeAnthony, why don't you take it away?
Yeah, so I feel like the first thing I guess I can show is this auditorium right here. Start doing like meeting area.
Ooh.
I can just come in here, sit down and talk about, how can we get better? How can we strategize? How can we keep creating? Or we might just want to just come in here and maybe want to throw some videos on, or play a song or play some music, anything.
No, this is dope.
Put something up. Yeah, we got a lot. Yeah, I think we expected. So remember the first time I think you guys came, we only had the one room.
You did.
And our main room was our main room was right here, Studio 7. You wanna follow me over there real quick?
It was, yeah. We going to Studio 7?
Yes.
Bet.
There you go. Yeah, so our first, this is the first room that we started off with.
This was it. That's right.
Actually,
I don't know. Was this still? Oh yeah, it was just decorated different a little bit. Okay, bet.
Yeah, and then so what's interesting about this place? This is our sport, kind of like our sports area. Where people can just come, and mostly our sports fans and. One of our creators, his daughter is a cheerleader at the University of Clemson. I went to the University of Oregon. My good friend right here, Aaron Hester, he went to Compton Dominions. He went to UCLA. He also is a played professional football, and he has a book called Off the Field Issues.
Nice.
Yeah, so yeah, that was just little things that we have going on here, and then we have a like a cheer chat that's going to be coming too.
Ooh.
Yeah, so for our cheerleaders, and
I love it. It's such a cool way to bring so many different communities together, because it's like, although some people may not think about it, think about how many cheerleaders there are of all ages, all like, and having a chat where you're just sharing and supporting and laughing and joking. I can already see it.
Right? And I don't know, how do you feel about bringing kids?
I am with it, because they are brought, and one of the things I always say when it comes to kids is, I mean, you've been there, you know how big companies see young kids, and how they target kids, because like any business, that's how you grow. If you start with a kid, you're going to grow with them over the next 10, 20 years. So me as a mom, especially, I feel like it's almost my job to be there for them, so that I can also educate and help them learn the game, because I don't want them to see them get played in here, because it's like when you was getting on the internet back in the day, and there was kids on there, and parents would be like, don't talk to strangers, because strangers be out here wilding out, and that ain't nothing changed. It's just gotten worse, I feel like, in that sense, because now we're desensitized to that, kids don't mind being in that adult space. So if they are going to be here, then I feel like you just got to educate. And then I also feel like there's a space for it. Some spaces are not for it, like how Spatial is one of those that try to keep it like kid zone free, almost, that you don't have a bunch of kids popping in, because kids also play too much. Like they play too much, so it can really kind of bring your whole professionalism down when you also got a podcast in here and trying to do real things also. So I think it's just a time and a place, but definitely should be a place where you also open that door for kids and their parents and educating them and why they should be in here learning now too, because when they need to go looking for a job, you don't want them looking for a regular job. You want them to have these skills that are going to put them in position to be ahead, and that's what this is.
Oh. Wow, yeah, that's amazing.
What about yourself? What do you think about kids in the metaverse?
Definitely, like you were saying, I'm a father of two kids. My oldest kid is 11. My youngest kid is 4. So I want to do whatever I can to get them involved as much as possible. Where it's like they don't have to be, because like I've been trying to introduce them to Web3 ever since I got involved, but they're not too interested in it. It's probably because of things that I just been showing them and stuff.
They don't see Spatial and get excited. They don't see the avatars and be like, "Ooh, what's that?" My 4-year-old loves Spatial.
Yeah. Right? They step on like the roadblocks. And
but see, it's the same thing. It's like the same thing.
Pokas and stuff like that.
Oh man.
Right?
But it's the same thing.
They're not seeing the value yet.
But hey, that's what I was saying. Sometimes it's about right place, right time. Sometimes you gotta meet them where they at, because Roblox is just like this, So you get your avatar, you go in there, you show them, this how that work, And so no, that's dope. And then I know you said
so like they learning their steps.
Hey, they are, And that's why exactly when you said what I think about kids, that's what I'm saying, these corporations is preparing our kids for it. So, we have to be preparing our kids for it too. And again, just put them in a better position for what's coming. And I think, again, just educating them is the best way to do that. And so I know you said you guys also just dropped a new rooftop spot that you wanted to drop on the viewers here.
Yeah, definitely. I want to go up there. Let's head back to the lobby.
All right, bet. And everybody watching, you see how easy it is to portal hop, go from one space to another. We was just over in the one spot. We was at the jet, we done made it here to the lobby, and now we checking out all the Meta Block 4 spaces. Okay, bet.
Yeah, it's right over here. Oh, crypto. Who is that over there? Crypto who? Crypto Desi. Okay, Desi. Okay.
At the rooftop.
Yeah, can you hear me?
I sure can.
Okay. Yeah, what do you think about this spot?
This is dope. Okay, look at the bar over here. Okay. This is dope.
Yeah, there's a little gallery inside.
Yeah, let's go check out the gallery inside. I got hella seating. I love the structure of it. Is that how you even go inside? Let me go inside right there.
We actually on the live. We on the live right now. But Crypto Rock.
On Instagram?
What are we live on?
Actually, we are filming for a podcast right now. And then the podcast is live on.
We filming.
Yes, we filming. So say what's up, Desi, to all of our viewers. And then come back also on Friday. Hey, shout out your Twitter name or something. Everybody follow Desi. She's over here chilling in the rooftop.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, well, I do a lot of mostly crypto trading, day trading. We're in the stock market and stuff. Well, it's obviously down right now, but that's what I usually do.
Dope.
I do some online business.
That's what's up. And how long you been in spatial?
Oh, I've been for a long time. I've been trading crypto for a long time.
Okay.
I've done NFTs. I did my own. I even launched my own coin, like a meme coin.
Nice. Shout out to you. Congrats. What's your coin called?
It was called Cartoon Doge. Cartoon Doge?
Okay. Well, do you have a Twitter or something where everybody watching can follow you, check out what you got going on?
Yeah, I have an IG. You guys can add me. It's the same as on here, Crypto Desi.
Cool. That's what's up. And how long have you been in the metaverse for? For a while? And do you have a gallery here in Spatial?
Yeah, I've been on and off on different metaverses, but I've been staying consistent on this one. When I went on before, it was really new, so it didn't even have avatars. They were stick figures, which is really weird.
That is, I remember when they didn't have legs. I wasn't here for that, but everybody talks about it. I didn't hear it was stick figures first. So.
Where in Spatial?
Yeah.
Oh, for real? They didn't have legs?
Yeah, they didn't have legs on Spatial at first. It was everybody got their legs one day, so that was really cool. But yeah, so Desi, we'll be filming or we'll be premiering this next Friday the 11th in one of our spaces. So we'll follow you on Twitter, and then you have to come back and hear DeAnthony talk about all the really cool things he does, because he flips NFTs. I'm not sure if you guys even know each other, but same kind of concept where we all using this space trying to make some money, change our lives, evolve.
Right. Definitely feel you on that. Well, that's cool.
Cool.
What kind of made them yourself, or did you design them?
Oh, the ones I was just saying about DeAnthony? No. He was his are like passive income, NFTs you flip and got utilities where you get earnings back and different things like that. Me myself though, I do make NFTs that I sell. I'm into kind of like digital fashion, where I make physical tie-dye t-shirts that are one of one, and then I make digital patterns from them, and then I use those digital patterns on like digital fashion and digital products and a whole bunch of like cool stuff like that, and then teach people how to do the same.
Oh, cool. That's cool. Yeah, that's really cool. I'll have to check it out sometime.
Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna follow you, and we all connecting. I love how the metaverse is like this. Like, it's a whole party. Carlos in the building. and
Carlos came. What up, Carlos?
It's a vibe.
Nothing in this thing, right?
Right, you gotta get the music going or something. It's a whole party in here now.
Oh, you want me to get some music going? I play one song. I got a song for it.
He said he got a song for us. And as he gets that going, I'm gonna wrap up this podcast. But you guys see how it goes down here in the metaverse, and how DeAnthony goes down. Look, you see, it's more and more people are coming. We got people in VR. We on the rooftop. And, as we kept telling you guys the whole podcast, look at how you can network and connect with others like never before. So stay tuned. We all got a lot more in store. Peace.